Okay, so welcome to day 4 of week 1 of level 4. All right, so let's look at what we've done so far and where we should be. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do today and tomorrow, and maybe what we're going to do next week. Hopefully eating some turkey. Okay, so what we did on the Monday and Tuesday was build your first Express server. And I think pretty much everybody got an Express server spun up, and we're using Postman. And I believe everybody got the post requests to work out. We've been looking at headers. We've been looking at especially the content type header. And you can see all those in Postman really well. So once you get that, at least if you get that far, you'll be able to more or less understand this assignment is the assignment that we're going to be working on today and tomorrow. So before I mention this one, I just want to mention yesterday we talked about this kata practice, and it was a pretty good one. So please do watch the video. And this will be, I know some of you had something like this in your capstone, where you fetch something. And we had this also in level 2, right? So we're kind of come back to that in level 4. We had to, level 3 is kind of a weird thing. You have to step back and relearn how to do everything in React. And then level 4, we're gonna take on the whole full stack here. Okay, so let me know about what level you're on here. And also, how about, again, any blockers that you hit in getting into kind of, I mentioned that 23 or 24 would probably be the minimum you'd need. The 20, yeah, 20 is when it starts to get tricky, okay? And where it says deeper dive, you don't actually have to read this part, but you can make a note of it and maybe come back to it, or you can skim it. Yeah, post is where it starts to get a little complicated. And I went over that on, I think it was Tuesday, but so let's see. So some people are on 20, 23, 34. 23 is, yeah, oh yeah, this is a good one too. So you got to get through about 23 to be able to really do the next thing that we're going to do. The assignment for today and tomorrow is basically getting up to basically redoing in a more creative way. You're going to choose your own kind of item or whatever. And we're going to implement all these things one more time, just to kind of start from scratch and get more practice with it. But we'll need to have a Git, all right? And this is where you get just one item. Now, what's confusing, this colon ID, that's going to be a number, and it's going to be the ID. You've probably seen this before. Trying to think of an app or something that still has this. Well, and 17, what was that one? Yeah, 17 is just sort of getting started here with the data types. So if we go let me go back to our friend, the Pokemon API. Poke API. Okay, so I'm able to get Ditto. Let's go get a Charmander. Okay, Charmander. Okay. Does anybody know what number Charmander is? What's Charmander's ID? What's the blocker? Oh yeah. So the Postman thing, there are a lot of things that can go wrong with the Postman thing. It's one of those setup things. So that's why I went over it kind of in detail with anyone who could on Tuesday, but I can go over it again towards the end of this lesson here and help people who are stuck with some of those. Oh, but did you get it to work? Because you got past it. What is Charmander's? Anyway,
Just
what is? Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say it's just giving me my error code instead of the actual ID. Because it's like, okay, you had to create a random UUID and then I added some stuff and I don't know if I need to um I guess like add a few things or what, because when I try, it's just when I copy and pasted one of the ones that I create, like I added a couple of things and then I tried to copy the ID back into my into my I guess my address bar.
URL. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it just popped up error item not
Oh,
found.
okay. Maybe we can go over that one actually before we start. So I can go over those end parts before. So, but before we get to there, this is part of it. I want to show you how kind of the concept of how the URLs are built. And this gets into the idea of REST. And REST, R-E-S-T, is basically how most websites, I'd say, over the past 10 years or so, are basically REST or CRUD apps, more or less. CRUD, which means create, read, update, and delete, or REST. So what is Charmander's ID? Is he in here? Should be in here. ID, does he not have, oh, ID. There, see, Charmander's ID is number 4. Everybody see that? So you can access it by his name, or you can access it by his ID. There's Charmander. Anybody have a guess of who's number 1? There's Charmander. He's number 4. That would be Pikachu. Number 1 is Pikachu. Okay, where's his? I guess I'll just look for his name. Oh, what happened there? Okay, that was hotkey happened. Name. Oops, name. Name overgrow. These are. Oh wait, is it Pikachu? Oh no, I don't think it's Pikachu. Where's his name? I think it may be Bulbasaur or something. No, it's not Pikachu. I believe it's Bulbasaur. Yeah, number one is Bulbasaur. I remember Pikachu was like 22 or something. Or 23. Or I forget which one it is. There, yeah, it's 23. Yeah, let's go Pikachu, or maybe can't find his name. I don't know why it's so hard. Yeah, this is a very unwieldy, when there's so many, that's why we were using the kata to kind of reduce it down a little bit. Anyway, my point is you can get them by their IDs, okay? So sometimes you'd have like, this won't work here, but like item, basically item, and then the number. And thumbs up if you've ever seen this in a website before. Like they have something like photo or something, like photo and then the number, right? And more recent, like it used to be more common where they just have like a number and it'd be sequential. Um, but those were easy to guess, I guess. And so they changed it. So I often have like a really long random number. It's not completely secure, but still you'll have something crazy. Well, I don't think you'll have these semicolons, but you'll have some weird thing, right? The thumbs up. Have you ever seen some kind of uh, weird, yeah, ID? So you'll have some kind of code over here. So you could either access it and you'd either access it by a number, which is kind of easier, or you could create a UUID, which is what Supabase uses for users. Um, so, okay, let's, yeah, so that would be, if I could find it, I think it's this one. We got to 22. Yeah, this 22. So you can create a UID. Hopefully these are working. Okay. 22, 23, and then you can get them back, and it kind of there's that again. Hope everybody knows that's supposed to be an arrow. This is supposed to be greater than, but my my HTML got kind of messed up here. Okay. Yeah, so you'd have to change that. This is kind of a tricky thing, kind of an interesting thing, and maybe we could discuss it, but we're using, I know some of you have been using like .map and filter and so forth. Well, there's a .find that lets you find what the entry that's equal to the ID that you pass in. So if you pass in ID number 2, you'll just get the ID number 2, and then that will be true, and that's the one that you're going to get. We can actually go over this if y'all want to. Before. So what is that a thumbs up? I got one thumbs up for that, I think. So I can read because I didn't talk about those, but we can go over some of these. I may go back to the post even and take some screen shares on the post. Let me see. Let me do one other thing first. Let me discuss this. It may not make so much sense right now, but I want to discuss this, and then I'll open up breakout rooms, and then I'll sort of just run through the build your own server, and maybe people can screen share, and we'll just kind of like workshop it a little bit. So I want to talk about RESTful Express API a little bit. And this is what you're supposed to build today and tomorrow, or if you have time over the weekend to catch up on it. Okay, so what you're going to build is you're going to have these CRUD or RESTful operations, and there are 4 of them. There's the get items, where you get all of the items. Do you all remember that one? Where you get everything. That's the one. Post, who can tell me what was post again? And I may do an Excalibur for this. Oops. Who can help me with the post? What was post for? Yep, add something. So so we have, let's say get, and let's see, items, or it can be like photos, or it can be like products, or it can be games, whatever it is. But we'll just do items to be generic. Okay, get items. What does this do? Gives or returns. Can we use that one? Returns all items in our, and I would use a special word, collection. Is that all right? So a collection is like your list. But when it's in a database, it might be a table, it might be an array, it might be a list. So a collection is just a more general term. It just means your list. But instead of a list, it could be like, it could be a table in Supabase, or it could be anything. All right, let's do a post. What does post do? You told me post items, adds one more item, adds one more item to our collection. And collection, again, just means your list. I think I'm missing one, but we're not gonna worry about it. There's one more, which is update. So we'll skip that one for now. This one is the delete. Oh wait, is it delete first, or is it? No, it's get. Yeah, another get items, and it has like a number, like number 23. 23 is Pikachu, Michael Jordan, or I think LeBron had 23 for a short time. We learned that. What does this one do? Gets or returns the item with ID 23, right? And sometimes this ID is a simple number, or sometimes it's a big long random number. And what's the last one? If anybody wants to shout it out before I have a chance to write it in. It's delete. And it's funny, these are all called it takes a number. These are all called methods. Deletes the item with the ID of 20. There's one more, which I'll put off over here, which is not required, which is update. And updates the values of the item with the ID 23. So maybe you want to change their name or something. Let's see, which one of these has a body? You remember body? Yep. Post is going to have the body. And here's a little kind of a um, kind of a challenge. There's actually one more with a body. Anybody want to guess one more? Which one would need to have a body? What do you think? The update, exactly. The update will also have a body. So I think delete can technically have a body, but we never use it. Git can't have a body. Git can't have a body, but it can have that little question mark thing, remember? Or sometimes we have like a Q or something. Like sometimes the Q is used to filter. So it could be like Q could be like anything that starts with PI. Sometimes you do that, right? So you're supposed to make create your own kind of project, your own server with these 4 things. And there's some features that you're supposed to put on there. And if you don't get through all the features, don't worry too much. But try to at least get it to work with these 4 features. And if you get through like 23 or so, 23 or 24, you'll be in good shape for doing that. Okay, so that is what this is. You're supposed to update that. Or you're supposed to create a new project to get practice creating a project. And you have to have these 4 roots, and these are called the REST. It's called a REST server. It's just a common way of doing it. And hopefully everybody knows the methods, or sometimes these are called verbs. We're using git, post, and delete, and either put or patch are the ones we use for update. So if you'd like to do update, you can, but that's not in the requirements, I don't think. So delete one, like if I do this, it's going to be unimplemented. It's going to be not found because I haven't created it yet. So it's a different route or route. I don't know, route or route. I'll call it route maybe. It's a different route. Or should it be route? If it's git and post, those are totally different things. And again, post does have a body. Oh, I didn't put the body in there. Post has the, and we're gonna use JSON bodies. Technically, if you don't remember, if you kind of remember before, we were really actually using form data before. So if you go back to your Madlibs server, you can use Postman with this form data for the body, and it'll actually work. So this is what the forms send. But we're going to use the most common way these days with a React app is to use JSON. Okay, let's see what's next. Error handling. So by default, it sends a 200. If you do like res dot send or res dot JSON, it'll give a 200. Thumbs up if you've seen that. Is your server returning 200? Should be over. Let's see. Let's put it back. So it's a get. Everybody returning 200? Yeah, by default it sends 200. So that one, you can check mark that one. Does anybody remember what I used 201 for? Anybody remember that one? You can give me a thumbs down and I'll tell you. You don't have to remember. It was the post. Because post, oh, where'd it go? Oh, it was in my Postman. I was looking. So let me see if I have, here's a post. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a Candy Crush here. Hopefully it's gonna work. So, all right, so I post it there. I updated that so it does a 201. Let me see if I can show you that. Here's the post. That line of code, you can send whatever you want. Like I could just send like a 222 just randomly, and I save it and watch it'll do 222. So send 222. We have no idea what 222 means. They don't even know. But it's 201 means created. And this will be useful when you're debugging your own apps. So let me put that again. There, 222. I have a bunch of Candy Crush now. And again, if you don't remember, just go to cat status codes and you can find 201, and I think he creates I don't know what he creates. That's created. And there should be a deleted. Sometimes I think 204 might be deleted. I don't exactly remember. But so 400, 400 is an error code that you might use if like I don't have the name. I think I actually have this implemented. So if I make a game without a name, there, yeah, I return the 400. Thumbs up if you want to see the code where I make that 400 of there. If it has it, it's fine. But if I don't have that name, it's an error. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Did you want to see that again? Where the code for 400 is? Okay, I'll show it to you real quick. I put them in the other day, so. All right, so see, remember the body, the rec.body? Get in my Postman. The request body is here. That's the request body. Down here is the response body, right? So you have, okay, so come on, get a little bigger. You have a request and you have a response. Request is what you send to the server. Response is what you get back. And the request has headers. Check out the hidden ones. gotta have that application JSON. It has a body sometimes, other settings. We're not going to talk about those yet. And it has a response. So this is what the server sends back. And that has headers too. And one of the headers is status. I think status is a header. Maybe, maybe status is not a header. Maybe it's something else. But anyway, you get that status. So where's the status? You set the status. So if the request, if the request body is oh yeah, the request, that's the request body. So if the request.body.name is undefined, there's no name, it's going to say no name supplied. You see how I did this here? I set the request status, and then I give you this JSON message that says this is an error, and then then I return just to make sure I finish my function. Okay, so that something like that is an error message, and you have to make a couple of error messages. There's other ways to do errors too. This is kind of the most straightforward way to do it. Any questions about this? Anything from request to body to status to return? Any questions about any of this? You can ask me later during the breakout rooms, but let me stop for a second, see. Okay, just give me a thumbs up if you're okay moving forward again. I'm just going to go over a few more things, and then we'll get to reviewing. Oh, there's my cats. Oh, the 404. Yeah, not found. So we're going to be using like probably 400, 404, 200 for OK, but we don't have to worry about that. It's automatic. And 201 for post or create. All right. Where did it go? I think it's here. So we're going to be using just arrays to keep our data. And here's that confusing thing, these unique IDs. I'm going to actually say if you don't want to use a unique ID and you want to use just an ID, I'll say that's okay to do too. If you just want to use like the index of the, it might be easier if you just use the index of the item in your array for the ID. I'll accept that way too, just even though it says you're supposed to use a random ID. Okay, the other thing is, okay, yeah, you gotta do like a nice, I don't know, like good JavaScript, I guess. We talked a little bit about modularity. I'm not gonna expect you to have modularity, but if you do, that's good. I had some testing, but we don't. I'm not gonna require testing. It's a nice to have. I think I said testing here. Did I say testing? No. Okay, testing isn't in here. Okay, so last part is the README, and so for the README, I'd like you to have a README, but I give you a good README to start with. So if you click through, you'll get to it should be a README. Oh, if test included, yeah. So I just say if tests. So tests if included, yeah, optional. where did it go? I have an example README. No, the link disappeared. I'm gonna have to go back to my. So you don't have to actually make the README by yourself. There's something to copy. I just wanted to show you that. How am I going to get back to my GitHub page? GitHub. I can access it through my GitHub page. Here, the README, I think that one. Oh, here it is. It's a bit wordy here, so you can delete part of it. You can update some things. So this is an example README, and I did have AI help me generate this one. And it's a little bit wordy, but basically it shows you what you're supposed to do. And you should change it from cats to whatever your thing is. So these are the cats one. You're gonna have to change it. AI is really quite good at making a README based on your um, your project these days. So example README for the prod for the mini project. There you go. And you can update them instead of cat. It should be like movie or something. So, and if you have tests, you can have this, or if you don't have tests, you can delete them. Pretty much. Yeah, if you have tests or not. Okay. And I'll link that back here after our break. Let's see. So that covers the kind of assignment for today and tomorrow. Okay, so any other questions about that? While I wait for questions, I'll just kind of show you how this relates. That one's the one. So we have our kind of database thing where we keep all our items or books or pets or whatever. That's lesson 18. Lesson 19, we get all of those items as a JSON object. Lesson 20, we post an item to be able to add an item to that list in memory. And remember, when your server restarts itself, it restarts itself with a, it deletes all your new items. So that's, you have to have seeded items to begin with, kind of some fake data to begin with. This one, you do the validation check, so you give the 400 error if you're missing something. And if you want to use this kind of new fancy syntax, you can, or you can use my, the old way. Like, you could check if body, if body is undefined and release is one error, and then check if body.name is undefined and get another error. So however, just make sure that it returns a 404 or 400 error if it's missing like title or something. Okay, and then 22 was these IDs. And we're going to talk about that. If you want to use, it says to use a random ID, but I'm going to accept. If you don't want to use a random ID, you could just use a whatever number happens to be the number of your item as you add them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of like that. Okay, this one is the get. You get one item, like item number 5, item number 6, or if you're using UID as item number 158 AG2 KK5, whatever, long numbers and letters. So getting one item specifically by the ID and deleting one item. I believe that's all we have. And, okay, and we return 200 to say, okay, we deleted it. 25. Yes, we can. Yeah, going beyond this is kind of just more icing on the cake. It's good practice, I guess. So once you get to 25, you can start work on the project, on the mini project. All right. Since there weren't really any other questions, we can do, what is it? What time is it now? We'll just do a break and then, well, let me just fish for questions for 5 more minutes. And then we'll do a break. And then when we come back, I'm going to kind of walk through some of these, especially the post. It's confusing. So let me see. Who was on 16, 17? Yeah. So if Dylan, you could get through, if you could get through 17, it's not really too hard on the break. Then we'll all start again with, I guess, 18 or 9. Wait, oh, was somebody said they were like on 18, I think. I think I missed. Was it on post 21? Yeah. Anyway, we'll walk through these late teens and 20s here. Yeah, please give me I'm just gonna fish for questions for 4 more minutes here. Or any comments or anything that anything else that got you stuck on. Or what do you want to talk about when we come back? So I can like prepare some and think about it while we do a break.
I have one other question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where so for like when we're getting it by ID, we don't need to create a whole new route when we're adding in the code, like when we're checking if there's an item and we're returning the 404 JSON. Do we need to make a whole new route for that, or we just need to add it to the route that we already are working in? Okay.
Mm. So there's a file that's going to have all of our routes. So this is a route. This is a different route, okay?
Let's see now.
Yeah, and this route will be like, it's going to come out as like 1 or 2 or 5 or like some crazy number, whatever you got, right?
Mhm.
Okay, what's going to happen is that colon ID is going to be changed and it's going to be stuck into here in this params object as ID. I could change this to banana. Oh, sorry. I could change this to banana, right? Okay, there we go. So whatever you call it here with that colon, that syntax is going to be changed to a param, and it's going to be a param well, remember the syntax? It's going to be, this is actually, this is the same as, it's just an object. So that, like banana, and then, I don't know. It could be like, sometimes we have it like, album and photo, like album ID and photo ID or something. Thumbs up if you've ever seen something like that. Like this would be like photos. Does that make sense? And then what you do is you'd have like album ID equals album ID, and then you'd have const photo ID equals request params photo ID. Thank you, AI. And then maybe you'd have your like super base or something. Like in real life, you'd have your you're gonna have like your super base would be like I don't know, I don't even remember what it's like. Not fetch. It's from I don't know, albums select star. Is it where? Oh, equal, right? EQ um album ID and then you have a second one, another equal. You could do two equals, depending on how you have things set up. Anyway, point is, you're going to use whatever gets sent in here to fetch whatever you're looking for. And if it's Supabase, you're going to use, like next week, we're going to be using Supabase to store our data, but we're not doing that. But does that sort of make sense why we have this colon something an ID, and you might want to have more or fewer? I just want to give you the context for it. Maybe a thumbs up or thumbs down. And yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'll delete it and put it back. So this will be like games, and this is just ID, and I made it back. I'll get back to ID over here. And there's no Supabase today. That is for next week. And it's really short right there. What was I gonna say? One more thing.
I just overlooked that. I thought I didn't see that you had made a new route for it. I think that's why I got confused.
Yeah, the definition of a root gets kind of funny. That's a root, that's a root. And then the path of the get and the post are the same, but they're different routes. Because get is different from post. So you need a new handler for every one. It's kind of like if you're in HTML, you need a handler for click, but you can also have a handle for double click. You can have a handler for like hover, which is more like mouse in or mouse out and all that stuff. So each one needs its own function. And this is a function. It's an anonymous function. It's a callback function. Okay. So each one of those is an event. Like really, it's an event. It's just like events, right? For the server instead of for the client. Like a on submit. What happens when you on submit on the client? What happens when you click on a button on the client? Every one of those needs its own handler, um, and it listens for that event. And this is also
So when
listen,
you
right? It's listening.
explain it like that, so that means that when you click on something like, okay, how will program, I guess like set property or our CSS with a ternary function. So what you're saying is the computer is creating other functions outside of us doing, like if we do an if statement, like if I click this, then turn something blue, then I
Like
know
in
this,
CSS or something.
yeah, like so that means that the computer is like creating, well, if there's roots to do what we're doing, is what
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get.
I think like I guess I don't really know how it works, but like if I hover like there, like okay, look, if I hover over that, that's probably CSS, right?
Mhm.
But that's all, but that would be if I look in the like CSS file, it's going to be something hover. Um, Probably there is some kind of thing, maybe written in JavaScript or maybe written in C or maybe written in some other language that is listening for that hover event. And it
Mhm.
says, okay, when there's a hover, I'm going to do a thing, and it responds to it. So the computer would be automatically creating that,
Yeah. Okay.
and that would be kind of even under what we're doing. That's an abstraction too. That's a CSS abstraction. So this again, we don't have to worry about it. The browser takes care of that kind of hover. But we can do it too. Like if we want to say, if like would be JavaScript. It's actually mouse in, I think. It's mouse in or mouse over or something. Mouse, some a mouse over. Oh, it's mouse over. Mouse over. Mouse over W3. So there we go. So if that's kind of a hover
Mhm.
and there's just different ways of supplying a function to to do something. And that's a really just a common pattern, especially in JavaScript. Events, responding to events. JavaScript is a really kind of event driven. Event loop has some good. If you search for event loop, it's you got a lot of stuff. It's pretty dense and very computer sciencey, this event loop, but it's a um the basics, the basis of kind of like all the functions that we create. Like when something happens, do this. I wait for something to happen. So yeah. So it relates. It relates to what we've been doing. That's an event listener. Just waiting for somebody to make a request. And that request is different from that request, is different from that request. So we have to handle it in different ways. Right. Let's do our break, and then we come back. I'm going to go through some of those levels, and I'll go through and ask you to screen share if you're having trouble and so forth. So this is where we're going to be. I'm going to leave it here. We're going to start. Let's start at something like that. And remember, use your own. Don't use items. It's too boring. Use something like games or songs or something. Let me pause the recording. Let's pause my screen share. I'll pause my recording. Okay, just for the recording, we are going to start with level 18. So if there's only one vote for global, we'll do global. We can do modular later. All right. I'm still setting up. Yeah, something like that. So there's the sample album, and then you just make a whole bunch of those. That'd be perfect. And then you have a number two, an ID number two with somebody else, release date and so forth. So try to have maybe three. You could do two, but at least two, but three is gonna be a nice number. Oops. Let's hit, let's go to code. Great, okay. So I have my games, and I didn't have that. So let me add that myself. Games, maybe vendors could be like toys are us and Amazon. I don't know. And I'm just gonna I'll just put that in. Um, yeah, come on. Oh, um, and did I spell vendor wrong? So I will add that. So there's mine. Yeah, good. Hobby is good. Oh, okay. Different aspects. Oh, yeah, that would work too. Um, kind of about me items. Great. That would work too. And then don't forget your tags. All right, but you could actually add the tags later if you want to. I just want to have practice with having nested pojos here. Okay. So these are all my roots. These roots are kind of just for practice here. This is my old Pika root and my cat root and just some other things. And here is where I get to my actual, what's called this is where I start building my REST API. And I'll talk about what this REST business is. It's kind of a big deal, this REST stuff. Um, so this is called an API. We are making our own API here. And so I'm just listing, this is the start of that. All right, and the first one looks something like that. Pretty simple, but the testing and the workflow start to get a little complicated. Let's go to the next level. So the in-memory database is here. Let's go to level 19. Am I level 19? Oh boy. I need to plug my battery in. My computer's starting to run a little bit slow. So at a good point, I'm gonna take a quick like 10-second break to plug my battery in. But before that, let's do a get items. So what we want to do is we want to add a root that returns the full list with status 200, and it automatically returns status 200. One thing, here's a little additional. I didn't do this, but we can do this if we want to. And it shouldn't be items, it should be games. Maybe type metadata. Should I don't yeah, we're gonna do app.get. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, I did it already. So we had these app.gets and stuff. Well, this app.get is going to return. I chose to have a prefix that says API. It's a common practice. You can also have like a prefix and you can have like version 1, version 2, version 3. If you think, if you can foresee sometime in the future, you're going to change it a little bit. Maybe thumbs up if you've ever used a API with one of those versions. I won't use the version. Well, yeah, since we're talking about it, we can just get used to it. Yeah, versioning your API. So basically, people build out a front end, and then the back end people said, oops, I think it'd be better if we changed something. And the front end people say, well, then I have to change my app. So the back end people say, okay, we'll just bump the version, and when you're ready, you can change it, and eventually we'll delete the old version. So that's what happens. So the back end and the front end don't stay in sync. Um, so I'm going to do API version 1. That's going to be my. All right, let's see. Okay, and I can get it from the browser, okay? But I'm going to start using Postman because it's a good habit here. And I'm just going to use the app because the app is just a lot better than the the VS Code extension. This should be called new post game. Post game. Okay. That's the post game. There's no pregame. This will be get game, get all games, and sometimes it's called the index. So I'm just gonna send. I don't have any body because it's a get. Let's go to headers. And I send it, and I can't get it. Oh yeah, I changed it. So now it's API slash version 1. Whoops. Oh, okay. Where am I going to save it? Oh, API practice. Send. So I have Minecraft. Actually, I think you get it from the Microsoft Store. Let me update that. Micro. I don't even remember what it's called. I think it has a special name. Microsoft Store. Okay, so here we go. Send that. And I have Minecraft. I don't think it's $60. I'm pretty sure it's 30. All right, perfect. There's my Minecraft, my World of Warcraft 2, and World of Warships. I got 3 items there. And the whole point of this is like my server is on one computer and it has a whole team, or maybe just me, but it has a whole team working on the back end. And then then I build my React app to consume this data. So the React app runs on everybody's individual computer, and the back end runs on my server somewhere. And you get the, I can do the PowerPoint thing again. But what I want to do is I want to ask you, give me a thumbs up if you get your index working. This is called index. Not yet? Yeah, so you can go ahead and do a screen share if you want to, if you'd like, or if anybody else. Yeah, we're not doing the export because we're not doing modular things. If you would like to, go ahead and screen share. Let me get my power cord real quick. So I'll be right back, and you can get ready to screen share. Just one sec. Okay. So what I was trying to say here is the front end over here, the React app is running here. It sends a request, and what it's getting is this data here. And that's the part that we're working on now. So what happens is first I send a request, I get the HTML first, and then I get the CSS usually, JavaScript, and the images, and then the JavaScript starts working, that's React, and then React starts kicking in and it says, okay, I need data, and that part is what we're doing here. That fetch is going to get the Pokemon or the game or the band, the albums or the snacks or whatever. So this is what we're working on here. This is from, and it's usually from a different server. I should actually divide this into two. Usually one server serves like the static files like this JS, and the other one serves that. So I should update this. All right. All right. So let's see, Sally, what have we got? See what you've got. I'll close mine for now. Snack storage. Got some IDs. Okay. Um, and usually we have an S on them. And what I recommend is be sure to do a Control Shift I to indent how you want to indent it, because you only have two. And now you have you have to put them all because it's a snacks, particularly for the snack ID thing. On line 12 there. All right, so show me what you're trying. Well, yeah, you can update everything you need.
Okay. So I think I got to um I had just started on 23, but when I uh when I put it here, it says error. And then when I go to Postman, I don't know if it's giving me an error. It says 201, so
So snacks. Now it's snacks.
let's see.
Now,
Do I need
notice,
to make
is
my
this a
screen bigger?
Git or, so you have to pay attention to a lot of different little configuration things.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple things. One is it a Git or a post or a delete or an update? The other is the path. So can you hover over where the posts Git stuff is? Post Git delete, just to show us. You see where it is? Where you
No.
specify the post or the Git.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, you're being toddlered too. That's okay. It's right next to where that yellow, where
Where
the
are you
there's,
getting them?
that's it, yeah. So you kind of select that. That would be, that's an important part. So each one of those is a different root and a different function.
Okay.
So we're talking about three different ones. Git, post, and delete are the ones we're going to be using.
Okay.
Okay, the other part is on the line, on the URL, where it says snacks, HTTP 127.001.3000/snacks. That part there, we're going to be changing whether it's snacks or snacks slash and then some kind of ID.
Okay.
So those are the two things that you need to be paying attention to. And we're going to make a new sort of request for each of those. So you can save this one. And what you can do, yeah, go ahead and save it. That's post books. Do you have a Git books? Oh, it's books. It should be snacks, right? So you might want to change it to, so yeah. So you could say, yeah, it could be post snacks and save that. Let's see, you have to click on you have to click on which collection you want to use it in. There, yeah, that's fine. Next. And let's do another save as for a Git snacks. So we're gonna have different roots. These are different roots. So then save it. Or just say, no, you just say, yeah, okay. Yeah, Git snacks. And just save it as Git snacks. All right, good. Now we're on Git snacks. So we have Git snacks, and this is the one we're gonna test here. I'm not gonna jump ahead right now. We're still on 19. So we're on 19 here. We'll just go through it in order. So make sure your 19 still works. So you can go ahead, click send, and we're gonna see if we can all get through here. And it's gonna say, what is the error? And we're gonna try to work through this error. Look at the status and see what it is. And you can also look at the message, the error message. Yes, so you can look at the response there. I don't know why you have two. That's the response body. You see, yeah, the preview. And you see the status in green. All right. So 404 not found. So unless you specifically told it to do that, Express is telling you there is no root for snacks that is Git. Does that make sense? So if you can let me know, and everybody else out there, give me a thumbs up. Does it make sense? There's no root for snacks that is Git, and we need a root for that one, and we can create one.
Okay.
So let's create a new root, and to create a new root, it's just app.get, and just create a new one. And this is what everybody should have in their code for level 19. I think maybe what happened is that you updated an old one. So instead of creating a new one. So we're going to create one that will be Git, and this is called the path.
Okay.
And this is what we type into the URL. Yep, great. Don't forget the / in the start, because it requires that. And go ahead, do your request response arrow function here.
Okay.
And if anybody else has a question about this while she is typing, you can just type it into the chat. Otherwise, you can try to work on this. Hopefully, everybody's going to get this one here.
Hold on, I'm just looking at the other one. What? Okay, hold on. Mama. What? And then we're gonna do a name. Oh wait. Okay.
I'll let you work on it for just a second. Everybody
Okay.
can kind of work on this, and I'll just let you finish that.
Okay.
We could have a second iteration just after we make sure this works.
Okay. I guess. Taste. Sweet. Okay. I think that's it.
Okay, so if there's no errors on there, we can try to access it. Let's see if it works. Yeah, there it comes back, right? That's good. Okay. I'm gonna now, so that's good. That's the first step here. Let me give you the instructions, and we'll try to get it a little bit more refined here.
Okay.
So I sent the instructions in the Zoom. Okay, so this one is called the index route. So check out that first line. Add a route that returns the full list, right? So that's what we have to do. We have to return the full list. So you're just returning one item. So we're kind of changing a little bit. How can we return that full list of ones that you just that you just pasted in with the Cheez-Its and Pringles and stuff? How would we do that? Should I just think about that? And just give it a try.
Okay. So, for it to display like this one, hold on. Okay.
You can take a couple minutes to do a couple things.
Will we have to change it to Git or app Git or something else?
Okay, so app-get, we already showed that is working. And app-get returns the Git. The app-get is the Git. So if you go back to the Postman, we can see the Git thing. That, yeah, go ahead. That's that green capital Git up there. If you change it to post, it's going to be doing something totally different, right? If you could change it to post and you click on it, it's going to be doing something totally different. You'll see. That is going to have probably an error, I think. That does something else.
Okay.
We're hitting errors again. So that's a different one. And you can go back to your JavaScript and we can see the difference. So yeah, you can go ahead. That one, can you see what line? And if you're watching along, help us out. What line is that? You got it right there. Yeah. You see it?
21.
So when that happens, that function is going to run. And there's some error in that function. I'm not sure what it is. We don't have to worry about it right now.
Okay.
So each of these is a different function that does a different thing. And once we get hooking the front end and I know it's kind of abstract now, but it'll make sense once we figure out how to hook the back end and the front end together. So we're just working on, right now, we're just working on the one that you created, which is that one right there, the line 15 one. So the app-get is working, we see it. It's returning the cookie sweet thing. But instead of the cookie sweet thing, we want to return the list of all of our snacks, the Cheez-Its, Pringles, all that stuff.
So we have to create a return?
So, well, it's already it's not exactly return, but it's sort of that same idea with the res. Yeah, that's exactly res.json is returning cookie sweet. Now, that snack storage is a variable.
Okay.
And it holds all your data. We just want to, like what you said, return or respond with that data from the snack storage. So we're not going to change the snack storage. And if you check your messages, we got a hint from, we got a classmate here. What the heck?
Res Jason. Okay.
So remember that's not the place to put it because that's a variable holding an array.
Okay. So would it be inside of here?
Yeah, it's inside of here. So you already have part of it. And you can kind of update this and try to make your and try to turn this. You can. You're partway there. So I'll let you work on this for a second. You're close. Just try to get that to be kind of better, or kind of like get rid of the errors and then test it again.
Okay.
So you can work on that for a second here. Okay. Oh, great, Ty. Okay. I think Sally had got the post to work. So if you can ignore this part, Sally, because you've already got the post. I showed you kind of how to get the post stuff to work. But Dylan, we haven't got the post stuff to work at all. You can try. Well, let me see. So we have a starter code here. Post stuff. Yeah. So this whole post stuff is a little bit complicated.
Robert, can we go to the breakout room, or do you want us to stay here?
Yeah, you can go. I open the breakout rooms if it's just sort of a workshop thing. So yeah, go ahead if you want to go to the breakout.
Thanks.
I'm gonna try to fix this. I'm gonna try to fix this really quick. So you can try to start getting to work on the post stuff, and if you get stuck, probably will get stuck. You can drop. Just let me know
Okay.
what happens.
I got it to show on the Git app.git. Um
Oh, good. Yeah.
oh wait, you can't see my screen. Hold on.
Yeah, you can bring it back up.
Okay. So I took it out of parentheses and put a comma. And then snacks, colon.
Okay, so
Here.
let's look at what you got. And so you got the Cheez-Its, you got the Pringles, you got the potato, but then you have this extra cookie thing and the taste. So we probably don't want those anymore.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, so
Should I
try to
refresh?
take the cookies out.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. You can search for it again.
It still shows. Hold on.
Or maybe just have to save it. And sometimes sometimes there's issues with just the Postman. I think that should have worked, but yeah, you can save it and restart again.
Okay.
Yeah, you can close Postman and open it. Let's see. So gets next, go ahead, send. It's still not,
Yes.
um, maybe, okay, just save and then close that window.
Okay.
Yeah, just save. You can save on the Postman and close the Git Snacks window.
Okay. Over here?
No, the one that you have it open right on the right-hand side. Yeah, the tab. I'm sorry, the tab. Close the tab of a save. You have to see how it's not saved. This is actually
Mhm.
you can save this. You don't have to save as, just save.
Okay.
Because you have to save these two. And close it and then try to open it again. I've been having trouble with the Postman in VS Code sometimes. But I think it should work. I don't know if anybody else has trouble with the Postman in VS Code. Hopefully that'll do it.
Okay. Okay. I think it's fixed.
All right. Okay, so that is 19, right? So we'll go through them all, but you can. Oh. Hopefully that helps you kind of understand what's going on. I'm going to share again and do post. And let me. I updated this. I'm gonna see if that actually helps. And push. Okay. So thumbs up if anybody is still working on post. Anybody still working on post? Or type in an an error or something you're getting. Still working on post. Yeah, and so Dylan's still working on post, and Sally, maybe you're probably still working on post. I think Ty, probably you finished post if you're on the ID thing. Give me a update. How are you doing? Do you want me to show how it works with Postman? Let me see if this actually fixed it. Okay. Okay, so Sally and Isaac, are you ready to see that post, how to work on Postman again? Oh, it's still not there. Come on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, no. Is it? This one. Yay, it's fixed. Okay. That was annoying me. What was happening is that it has to convert that. I don't know if you're interested, but I was trying to convert. Oh, it updates it. No, you're not supposed to. Where's the show me? Can't see it. It's okay. Okay, let's get started. Thanks for telling me. So what do you have here? No body request. Okay. Push. Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Uh-huh. So Dylan, well, I'll share what you've got. Are you able to test it with Postman or not quite yet? So what Dylan has, this looks right. Let me see what you're saying. Not yet. Okay. So we're gonna test it, and I recommend not jumping ahead, because this part here is jumping to the error part if there's an error. So I would say take this. I don't know if you can see what I'm clicking on, but I would say take that part out for now so you don't get confused. Let's just try to check. You could like just cut it and put it somewhere else. And let's just try to check with just the functionality of getting the album body or the request body, which is an album, putting that onto the storage and then sending it in. Okay, which is basically this thing here. Yeah, basically that thing. And something like this is what you're going to have to be doing for the last assignment of the week as well. So this is the post part. Okay, let's do our, where'd it go? Let's look at it. So I actually have that in here. Yeah, what all I mean is let's not have the error checking or the error, oh shoot. Cut. I'm gonna cut that and maybe you can save it somewhere else. And yeah. So yeah, Dylan, give me a thumbs up if this looks pretty much like what you have, just with an extra couple of console logs. Does that pretty much look mostly what you mostly what you have? It's slightly different, but more or less. You agree with that? I mean, I console log it. So if you want to
Yeah,
console log it, yeah, go ahead.
I've just gotta remake that real quick. I didn't do the const below. I didn't do that yet. So
Which
I had
one?
the new game. I didn't do the new
Yeah,
that
you,
part.
you don't have to do that yet, actually. It's fine.
Okay, so all I
This
need is
new
just the
game,
app, that post.
you just stick, so I kind of create a new game, but from the body, you see the request body name goes to name, request body price goes to price, and then I put it here. So your new game is essentially just, let me put it how you have it. So you can do it like this: const new game equals, and it's just rec.body. Okay, how about that? Are we pretty
Yep.
much on the same page here?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So how do we test this? And Sally and Isaac, do you remember? Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you remember this. I'm gonna go to Postman. Okay, come on, Postman. My computer's gonna. I have something slowing me down here. I have something taking up space. I don't know what happened. All right. Let me go back and make sure I'm on the right ape or the right path. Oh, I changed it to and let me know if I'm lagging because my computer started to. I added API. I added version 1. Remember that? So I need to fix that. Postman. So I go to Postman and I have my post game. Here's my post game. Remember, I have to. Okay. No thanks. I have to select post. So before I had Git, and now I'm going to do post. Post and Git are just totally different routes. Okay, they look the same. The path is the same, which is intentional because it's dealing with the same, what we call resource. But the method is different, so they're totally different. All right. What I have to do here is I have these things. What I'm going to do is I have to go to body, and I have to put in a JSON, kind of like a JSON object here. And it's going to be price. What else do I have? I guess I have vendors now. And vendors are app store. Oops, I have to have Play Store. So I have for body, I'm going to use raw. There's other things you can use. Form data is what we were using, what a form sends when you click um, submit on a form. As long as the method is post, that'll be a little bit different. We're not going to do that. We're doing raw. The other thing that can mess you up is by default it's text. Do you see that? It's going to start out as text. We have to change it to JSON. Because if I have text, what's going to happen is The content type is going to be plain text. That's gonna cause the middleware to not interpret it as JSON. It won't know what to do with it. I have to actually tell it it's JSON. It's gonna send the request with headers of application JSON. So it just sets that for us. So we have to click on JSON, and when you do a fetch request in a React app or something, you may have to. That's going to be a common source of errors. It's like, I forgot to set the content type. So it has to be content type JSON. Okay, that should do it. So remember, the shape of your object has to look like that. And we have to have it on post. Have to be raw. It has to be JSON. I'm going to send it. And it's not found. Oh, remember that? So I have to have, I remember I changed it to version 1 because I was doing it this way. So my path is a little bit long and complicated, but that's how things go. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is the request, and down here is the response from the server. And I get a 201 created. It took 2.9 milliseconds. This is how many bytes it is. And it just returns the object right back to me. All right, so that's how the Postman thing works. And this is sort of the happy path we're testing. So once we get that to work, we can do some other kind of checking. So that's how we check with Postman. And there's a couple other tools you can use, but I'm going to be using Postman. This won't work in the browser unless you use JavaScript. So I can't test this in the browser anymore. I need a tool like Postman. This is why we use Postman. I'm going to pause for a couple of seconds and let you figure this out.
So I did mine. I don't know if you want me to share it real quick. Just to see
Let
what
me
it's
stop. Okay.
what it's popping up, or if I'm just like a little. I mean, I understand the Postman part, but not so much the index part here.
Oh, the
Let's
previous
see.
one?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, we can
So this is
step
what I've
back
got
to
here. Because I've got my, if I go to my Postman,
it's a
right?
little small. Could you just
Yeah,
do Control
control.
plus twice maybe? And
Okay.
there we go. Perfect.
So, hold on a second. Yeah, buddy. Okay, buddy, I'll get you something in a minute. Okay, so this is what I've got for my here.
That's okay.
But I
That
think
one's working, right?
I see something.
Oh, you want to change it to API? Yeah, you can do that. So change it to
Yeah.
API. It's fine. The other one looks fine.
So,
Oh, it looks like it should work.
and then I think this might have been, but if I send. Oh, okay.
There it works
I
now.
just forgot to change. It was okay. So that was just a user error. I had this still as items from when I copied it from the the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, that makes
Great.
more sense. And I had this guy and I had this
Mm.
guy. So okay, awesome. All right, I'm caught back up.
Okay, super. And just notice that that is an error that you probably are going to make. So if you're ever like, oh, nothing's working, go back and check the path. If it says 404, maybe you just change the path. Maybe it's a version 1 or version 2, or maybe you forgot the API or something somewhere. So you can double check and make sure the path is actually the path. And it's kind of a debugging thing. All right, so great. We are on. If you want to take a break, we can take a break. I know Sally's had to step out for a second, so I don't know. We could take a break. Not sure. Are we due for a break? We should take a break. Half past. Yeah, I think we're pretty due for a break, aren't we? Let's do a 10-minute break. I'm back.
And now, Robert.
Okay, so we're back and we're gonna show how to make a post request here. And we gotta have JSON right in here.
Turn your mic off.
Oh. So we just put in anything, right?
Yeah, you can have something else. You already got hobby sports. You can do something new.
Okay, so we can do
You do games or something, board games.
yeah.
What's that? Gloomhaven or something.
So games and we put name. Can do I don't know, Uno. And I guess that's it, huh?
We can see what we get out of this. So go ahead and send it. And there looked like that was the console log. One other thing while we're here, just for the recording, notice that we have the body and we have the JSON in there. We selected raw, right? So that's the that down there is the response. So if we go up to the request, that's the request, right? And we got raw there, and then we also selected the JSON. So we need to do that. The reason why we selected the JSON is because if you go to headers for the request, the top one is the request. So the headers, we can just show this, and you can click on hidden to see we're gonna look for the content type. So the content type there, it was right there. See, it's application JSON. Since we selected JSON, it automatically sets the content type. And that's really important. Otherwise, it won't work. In fact, you could go back to body and set it to text. You'll see that it's undefined. And if you go to set to text, it's not going to work. You can verify it. So let's go ahead and send it. Yeah, you can take a look and see it's text. Yeah, see it's text plain, so it won't do it. So you gotta click send and you'll see it's not gonna work. Undefined right there. It's undefined, so it can't access those. But did you see outside undefined for a second there? If you scroll up, you'll see. Instead of the game, it had undefined. That's because the body was undefined because the middleware didn't know the JSON middleware looks at it. It says, "Oh, this is text. I can't do anything with this. It needs to be content type JSON." So you have to go ahead and set the body back to JSON, and then it'll be set the content type. So you may find that when we're developing a React app, you'll see, oh, why is it undefined? And that will be one of the reasons. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's that. Okay.
It gives it to us, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how the post is going to work.
Okay.
You could try it without a title, because I think you had, if you delete the title, or you can make a new one. Why don't you save this and then create a new one and like have it like post about me error or post about me no title, and then see how, yeah, you just save as, and then make a new one, post about me no title.
I would just say this post about me, yeah.
But change it, but add something like error or something. Post about me with error.
Okay.
You can, because we're gonna make an error, and I'll show you how we can test it. Yeah, there we go. And then save it to, save it to the. Okay. And so what we'll do is in the body, just delete the title. And just don't have a title, just have a name. Okay, and save it, and then send it. Let's see what it does. Okay, it had some kind of error. Let's see what it says. Oh, there's something. Oh, okay, yeah. So let's debug this. I think you're doing it twice. You probably didn't hit return. So go back to the our JavaScript, our root. Back to index.js. And what you'll get there is, let's see. Which one are we doing? Let's find the post one.
Post is right here.
Yeah, so you see what it's doing is it's sending that, that's the error. It happens when it sends it twice. Do you see how it's sending it twice when there's?
Yeah, right here and right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you have to put the if above it. That whole thing has to go above the. Yeah, and then try it here. Yeah, that's better. And then try it here. And it should give you that error, title is required. So that, yeah, that's the one. So send that one. Let's see if it gives you the error. Yep, there, and let's see, what does it say? It says bad request. And why doesn't it say error is required? Why didn't it say? Cookie. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Title is required.
Yeah.
Because there's no title there.
Right.
So that's the error checking. So, and in your app, you'd have a way to respond to that. It's like, oops, we have an error for you.
Yeah. Got you.
So you could do one for different things that you need. So that's how you do a post. Yeah, so any questions about that? Okay.
So this is where we add, right? We add to it.
Yeah, and if you want to console log back in index.js, go ahead, console log after you do the push. And then you can see you've added it. Just console log the, hang on, about me storage. Console log about me storage, and you'll see what's going on. And okay, we're there, and then go ahead, post a new one, and then we'll see. Yeah, you could post one with the error, post one without error, see what happens.
Okay.
So let's see. Oh, it's actually, oh, look what it's doing there. So it actually did add it. See, it added the Uno. So now try to post one with no error. Try to post a regular one. And try to post that's the one with no error. It should be in there. There it is. And now that one's supposed to be in there, right? We haven't put an ID in there, but
yeah.
So what do you think we should do to make sure that that Uno one with no title doesn't get in there? We look at our code again. What's going on? You could try it again and test it. So this is something that we're going to fix in the code.
Okay, so let's see.
So if our user sends this without a title, what should we do? How are we going to prevent it from messing up our data with stuff with no title?
Okay,
You could think about it for a little while.
sorry. Like return. I mean, I know we got without a title here.
Yeah, that's so at that point, what does it do if there is no title? What will it do?
It should give an error, right? Title is required.
Yeah, and what else does it do?
And then, oh, it returns it again.
Well, hang on though. That was what was happening before, but look on line 19. Do you see that return statement in the very beginning?
Yeah.
So that return statement will end the function there. It will not continue to line 21, 22, 23. Because you have that return statement, it just cuts off early and just ends here.
Okay. So
you can see that's why it doesn't send 2. But we're cutting out a little too late, if you notice.
So we need to move this back down here.
Well, you could try a couple of different things and just to understand how this is working. But I'll let you try your ideas out. So you have to experiment a little. Okay, send it again. Try again. And what we want to do is we want to send it with an error and without an error and test it both ways.
Okay.
Okay. What was that error? So it added uno, and then what happened?
And you say cannot set headers.
Yeah, after they were sent to the client. So this is an error. This is like what we had the first time. You can't send REQ JSON twice, or you can't REQ send twice. You can only send one request. So it'll be an error if you send 2. And why is it sending 2? Look on 20. It sends it there, and then that body is not there. So then it sends it again.
Oh, so I need to delete one of them. Maybe 20.
You could. Why don't you comment it out first? Just comment it. Okay. And let's try it. So go ahead, send the error message.
I still added it.
That one worked. That still added, but at least there's no error. Now send a good one. So you want to test it from all possibilities. It added it, and it added that one. But what do you notice happening here?
Oh, it's still waiting.
So let's go back to the code and see why it's still waiting. Step through the code and try to figure it out. So if there's no, so let's start at the top of the post here.
So
go step by step. If there's no title on the body.
okay, so there's no title on the body. Return the error status, error code.
And yeah, good. Yeah. If there's no title, and then if there is a title.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing else. I mean, it's just waiting. There's no other requests.
Yeah. So how would we do it so that you could do like an else if you wanted to. Remember the if else?
Yeah.
So you could do an else and put that in the else. Here we go. Don't put the curly braces around it. Just like the if has curlies, you want the else to have curlies too.
Gotcha.
And it'll give you, yeah, it'll give you an extra. All right, let's try that and try it both ways again. And we'll see if it's a little bit better.
Okay.
And it still might not be perfect, but you know, we're figuring out. So that one still does that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but let's go back the other way and see if we get an error here. See if it's good. And yep, there it came.
So that one works good.
Okay, yeah, so that else helped. Okay, now let's figure out how can we do it so that it only adds if it's okay.
So if it's not a title, then it should return an error. Else, if there is a title, it should add. Okay. So it's an error. Okay, so if it's an error, if there's not a title, it gives a code 400 and it returns a titles require error. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can, what you can do is you can like go through the whole function, the whole post, and see at what point is it adding that, and is it checking or anything? Are we having any conditionals? Where is it doing? Because the bottom part, what you were looking at, that just returns the value, that just status to the user. But
Okay.
the part about the storage and stuff is a different place.
Okay. So we look at the whole thing. This is where the const is created. Console log. Okay, about me storage. Push the new one. Console log it. Then this is our error code. So if it's not,
Yeah, the hint will be look at the whole function. And see what's going on.
so push new about me. Oh, so it's adding it and then it's checking.
It's adding no matter what before it even checks. It'd be kind of like, I don't know, like a liquor store giving you the liquor before checking the ID, right?
Yeah.
Be like, and then you just don't put it in a bag or something.
Oh.
I don't know, the credit card company checking after you buy it or something, or the what would be the clerk giving you the
The item before you.
item before checking that your credit card goes through or something.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so that's it. So think about how to fix that.
Okay, so okay. So maybe I need to move line 15
Mm-hmm.
to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after the check. Or in the check or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's check that and see if it gives us the result we are happy with. Okay, so it sends that one. And, all right. Oh, wait, what happened here? Not exactly. Oh,
Still,
yeah, okay, there, it didn't, okay, now send the good one. It didn't print it out, right? So it's supposed to.
yeah.
And then send a good one. Oh, you did, yeah. And there, it send another good one and send a bad one and just try a couple times. It's gonna double it up, but it's okay. Obviously, there's two. That's okay. And then that just does that part. And then go ahead, send another good one. And then you can see, how do you think it did here?
Okay, so it's sending with a good one. And then with the arrow, it's still sending the name.
Oh, yeah. Why is it still sending the name? Oh, no, that's not. Wait, no, that's the console. Sorry, that's the console.
Oh, yeah. It console the log.
So
Yeah.
where's the... Oh, this is that same thing that was happening before with Sally's. It's not refreshing the response. That's so annoying. Yeah, you gotta close the post and open it again. You gotta close the it's not your code, it's
The terminal.
no, it's the Postman is not really. I might recommend another an alternative to Postman. There's something called Thunder Client, which might be a little bit more lightweight for your. Yeah, why don't we? Yeah, just close it and open it again. Close post. Yeah, close it and open it again. If this is going to be really annoying, go ahead and click. Yeah, click the yeah. Yeah, just click it, open it again. Not the new one. It's the about. It's one of those. I don't know which one. Let's see if that's it. Is that the error one? It'll take a second. That one, the error one. Yeah. Yep, you can open them both up. It takes a second, I know, because your laptop is a little slow, but it'll
Yeah.
get there. Yeah, it's a little bit tough for you to develop on these things, I know.
Yeah. This one with the
Have to wait. Kind of wish that. Oh. See about it. There we go. Okay, now click it again. Let's see if it gives us the right response. It's going to come there. Yeah. It wasn't refreshing. Let me give you another, instead of Postman, can you search for another extension? It's called Thunder Client. And just search for Thunder Client in here.
You said thunder?
Thunder, like lightning. Thunder Client. And it's kind of like Postman, but it's oh, there it is. Kind of like Postman, but it's lighter weight.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be easier for your computer to run it.
Okay.
And I had some problems with Postman not refreshing here. Okay, so give that one a try. and use this one instead and see if it is any better.
Okay.
I think it's a pretty good one. I used to use this one.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Okay, so try that one. You can copy your stuff over from Postman if you want to, or you can type it out. But it's going to look almost the same. Yeah, you can close the release notes. We don't care about that.
Okay.
And which one is it? There we go. So it's going to look almost the same. So go ahead and make a new. Wait, is this it? Yeah. Oh, that's the right one is Postman and the left one is. So you can click on new request just like you do in see that Thunder client on the left.
This one?
That one you can copy that over. So go ahead, copy that.
Shoot. Oh, this
And then,
okay.
yeah, that's
I was
Thunder
confused.
client. It looks like Postman, right? But
Yeah.
it's a Thunder client. So this is going to be a little faster, I hope. Seems a little faster. So go ahead, put in your Git and try to get like an about me.
Okay.
Oh, it's almost 7:30. Look at that. So
Oh,
do a
yeah.
Git for first. Oh wait. Oh yeah, just copy paste it. Yeah.
Okay.
And so notice that the green one is Postman and the purple one is ThunderClient. So try not to confuse them.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and it's over there. It's a little different. Yeah, that's actually that's quite nice. It seemed to be faster.
Yeah.
Okay, so save that one. I guess I'm not sure how you save it, but you should be able to save it.
Let's
Maybe
see.
to do Control S or something. Save successfully. Okay, that's that one. You just copy that and create a new one. I don't know if you can save as. It's a little.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
oh,
can do
yeah.
a post, but that's just going to overwrite your old one, I think. But
Oh,
so I would keep that one Git and save it, and then click on new request,
okay.
and then do one for post, and then you'll be set, and then you can like spend some time on the others. If you guys get stuck, you can oh yeah, title is required, right? We didn't put in a body. There's the error. That error is the one that we need to. That's the correct error, isn't it? Because there was no body.
Right.
Yeah, so you can put in the body, it's just like Postman. And I think this will work better for your computer. So yeah, you can copy paste that over. Now, if you guys get stuck, because you may get stuck on the later version, the later lessons, try to
Yeah.
get to lesson 24. I really want you all to get to lesson 24.
Okay.
Remember, this is the error, so this is the error one, so you can put that in.
Yeah. It should be post, yeah.
Yeah, you need the title to get it. But I was saying, if you guys get stuck, you can call up Jennifer and get her to help on the weekend.
Okay.
Remember, next week there's no class. There is a kata that I want you to do. And I did a video on the kata on Wednesday.
Yes.
That you and also there's some homework, just some practice, JavaScript practice. They're both on they're all on the Moodle. So week 2 is just Thanksgiving on the Moodle, and it just has a link to some practice JavaScript. Oh, there it is. Look, it's working.
Oh,
Created. Yeah. So use that Thunder client instead of Postman, because I think it'll be a little better, especially on it seemed to be faster as well. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot faster, yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually delete Postman if it's taking up space and just use Thunder client. I usually use Thunder client myself, but in the class we like Postman is better for like teams and things.
Yeah.
So, and sharing, but Thunder client is nice and lightweight. Do you want to look at the homework so you know what you're supposed to do, or?
Yes. I collected it.
Yeah, we can look at that. So you can just scroll down and double check.
Okay, let me refresh this.
Buddies.
Oh shoot, I gotta start checking my stuff. Okay, so we
Yeah,
have
1, 2, 3, 4, those things.
No. Put the cookie back.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about at the very beginning of class.
uh-huh.
And so it's a little bit repetitive
No. No.
from what we were doing.
Put it back. Put
Yeah.
it back. Put
You
it
see
back.
where it says post items? It says what you'll build for, yeah. Get items, you have one already. Post items,
Mm-hmm.
and you have one already for that.
And
What
then-
this lesson is, you choose a new resource, like you could choose Sally did snacks already. I don't know. You could do like, I don't know, can you think of another topic you might want to do? We have games.
Maybe movies or books or something.
Yeah. So for example, books, you'd have a Git books and you have a post books. And then there's two more. You see there's a delete and a Git with an ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are in like lesson 21, 22, 23, those. Or
Oh.
levels, level 20. We haven't got to those.
Mm-hmm.
We did get to the error handling. You got the 200, 201, 400. Right.
Yeah.
So you're moving along. You have the data management already.
Mm-hmm.
And then the README, I'm going to link a sample README that you can use.
Okay.
So that's what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to choose a new what's called a resource. So like what you said, books could be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of redo what we just did in this week, but you kind of be creative yourself and choose something that you think you'd like to work on.
Okay, gotcha. So this is the only thing we'll be doing over the.
Well, there's also the kata, and then there's the Learn JavaScript Online. The kata I talked about before. You can choose your own kata. If you don't want to do 12, you can do a different kata, right?
Yeah.
But I covered 12 on Wednesday. And so you know how to do that. You don't have to make a video. You just do it, and then you present it live. That says during week 2. It's not during week, because we're not going to be here.
Okay.
And I'll just meet with you and we'll just walk through it just like what we did.
Okay.
And then the last thing, the Happy Thanksgiving, you can click on that. Make sure you can click that link through. You might have to, yeah, you go to the Learn JavaScript Online. I think you've seen this before. You probably did a couple lessons. I just want you to do all the free lessons on that. So it doesn't click. I guess you have to copy it. And then make sure that you can actually go there. Okay. Oh, yeah. And you have to, yeah, you can just click try it out. Anonymous cookies are used. I would, you don't have to log in right now, but be sure to log in so that it saves your. So you can click next and you can just see what it's all about. You'll see it. I'll say the next one.
The next one.
Yeah, so it wants you to write this function. And so it has, yeah, there we go. So it starts out there, and then all you have to do is you have to make the function return the A plus B. So right there, like for example, on line 6, you see down at the bottom it says undefined, and you can just like return the A plus B here on line 6, and then you click run. And you get practice with functions, like what's return do? Yeah, plus, like A plus B. It's still undefined A, and then it's returning B. Okay, and then you click run. Yeah, and then you click run. And then it says, yeah, you can scroll down a little bit, just a little bit on there. See, it says 1 plus 3 and 2 plus 5. That should be 4 and 7. You can see on the bottom on the console, it says 4 and 7.
4 and 7, yeah.
Yeah, so it shows you and it shows you before it was undefined. And now you got it correct. So when it runs, it knows that you're correct, and then you just keep going. There's a whole bunch of these. You can see them all if you click on the very bottom left. There's a little arrow thing, and then so all those are the ones you have to do. You scroll down to erase 2. There, you see where it says number 8. The number 8 starts to be different. Those are you have to pay for those, so you don't have to do those.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
do you have to do. There's kind of a lot of them. But they're quite short, and it's really important that you get good at these. So I gave you this practice.
So do all of them 1 through 7?
There, so you can click on basic functions. You can scroll it out, and you can. Oh, where are they?
Oh,
Oh, we're basic functions.
okay.
Yeah. So basic functions has what? There's just there's 3, right? Oh, there's 2. There's only 2. It has the flashcards too. So there's just 2 there, and strings has kind of more, yeah. I guess it gives me a lot, but
50. Yeah.
they're just each one of them is just one little kind of tidbit,
Uh-huh.
and so you can kind of remember. We've already talked about strings, but you're practicing,
Yeah.
and so hopefully you might learn something from them. And numbers is not too bad. Converting a string to a number, we may have talked about this a little bit, but this really goes into a little bit more detail, so you can
Really understand.
just little things that we didn't really cover so well,
Yeah.
and you may be curious about, like how do variables, maybe, I don't know. Oh, there's the conditionals. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
So you can kind of, the even and odd is a really interesting one. That one, it ends it up. So
Oh.
yeah, you can't click on them until you go through, so.
Yeah. Okay, I should be working on it. Try to get a lot. Try to understand it a little more.
Yeah, it's a really good. These are really good practice.
Yeah.
I think I talked about most of the things, but we didn't really have a good practice on them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you got to master the very basics of JavaScript, and this helps us do it.
Right. We'll work on that.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Well,
Appreciate
have
it.
a good Thanksgiving break.
You too.
Stop here.